Have you ever had someone just stop talking to you? No explanation, no warning, just ice-cold silence that makes you feel like you're going crazy? You replay every conversation in your head, wondering what you did wrong. You apologize for things you're not even sure happened. And meanwhile, they're just quiet, watching, waiting. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most painful tactics in relationships, the silent treatment. Why do people do this? What's really happening in their minds? And most importantly, what can you do about it? Stick around because what you're about to learn might completely change how you see your relationships. Okay, let's get real for a second. The silent treatment isn't just someone needing space. It's not your partner saying, "Hey, I'm overwhelmed, can we talk tomorrow?" That's healthy communication. No, the silent treatment is something entirely different. It's when someone deliberately shuts you out as a form of punishment. They refuse to acknowledge you. They won't respond to text, they avoid eye contact, and if you try to talk, you get nothing, just cold, empty silence. And here's what makes it so brutal. It's designed to hurt you. That's the whole point. Scientists have actually studied this, and what they found is shocking. When we experience social rejection, like being ignored by someone we care about, our brains light up in the same areas that process physical pain. That's right, the silent treatment doesn't just feel like it hurts. Your brain is literally registering it as actual pain. This isn't you being dramatic or oversensitive. This is your nervous system responding to a genuine threat. Because here's the thing, we're social creatures. We're wired for connection. And when someone important to us suddenly treats us like we don't exist, it triggers our deepest fears. Fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear that maybe we're just not enough. If you've experienced this, I want you to know what you felt was real, and it wasn't your fault. So why would someone do this to another person? Let's break down what's really happening in the mind of someone giving the silent treatment. Think about it. When someone gives you the silent treatment, who has all the power? They do. You're left guessing, apologizing, changing your behavior, doing everything to get them to acknowledge you again. Meanwhile, they sit back in this position of judgment and superiority. For someone who feels powerless in their life, maybe in their job, maybe in other relationships, the silent treatment becomes their way of finally feeling like they're in charge. They're the ones making someone else chase them for a change. They're the ones deciding when communication happens. It's a power trip, plain and simple. Most people who use the silent treatment had it used on them, usually as kids. Maybe they had a parent who would withdraw affection when they were bad. Maybe they watched their mom or dad ice each other out for days. When you grow up in an environment where feelings aren't talked about, where anger means shut down, don't engage, you don't learn healthy communication. You learn that silence is the weapon you use when you're hurt. Here's something most people don't realize. Having an actual conversation about your feelings is scary. You have to say, "You hurt me when you did this." You have to listen to their side. You might be wrong. You might not get the apology you want. The silent treatment bypasses all of that messy, uncomfortable emotional work. They don't have to examine their own feelings. They don't have to risk being vulnerable. They just disappear and make it your problem to solve. And here's where it gets really messed up. It works. When you finally break down and apologize or completely change your behavior, they learn that their strategy is effective. So they do it again and again, and it becomes a pattern. But here's what you need to understand. Even if they learned this behavior, even if they're dealing with their own trauma, it's still not okay. Explaining why someone does something harmful doesn't make it acceptable. You can have compassion for their wounds and still refuse to be collateral damage. All right, so if you're dealing with someone who uses the silent treatment, what do you actually do? I know this is hard. I know every instinct in your body is screaming at you to fix it, to figure out what you did wrong, to make them talk to you. But when you chase, you're playing their game. You're reinforcing that their tactic works. Instead, say something like this: "I can see you need space right now. When you're ready to talk about what's bothering you, I'm here, but I can't be in a conversation by myself." Then step back, not as manipulation, not as a countermove, but as an act of self-respect. Not when you're in the middle of being iced out, but later, when things are normal. Say something like, "When communication stops without explanation, I feel anxious and hurt. We need us to find healthier ways to handle conflict." And here's the key. Watch what they do with that information. Do they get defensive? Do they deny it even happening? Do they promise to change but then do it again next week? Or do they actually hear you and agree to work on it? Maybe even suggest therapy or counseling. If someone consistently punishes you with silence, refuses to acknowledge how it affects you, or explicitly defends their right to shut you out whenever they want, that person is showing you that they're not capable of the reciprocal respect that healthy relationships require. And I know you love them. I know you have history, but love without respect isn't really love. It's just attachment. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is recognize when a relationship has become toxic and give yourself permission to let it go. Look, here's the thing. The silent treatment works because it taps into our deepest fears of abandonment, of not being enough, of losing connection with someone we care about. It's a punishment that requires no words, just absence. But you deserve better than that. You deserve someone who can say, "I'm hurt," instead of disappearing. Someone who can say, "I need time," instead of making you guess what you did wrong. Real connection, the kind that actually lasts, isn't built on control or manipulation. It's built on showing up even when things are hard, on communicating even when it's uncomfortable, on choosing presence over withdrawal. And if you've been given the silent treatment, there's no shame in recognizing that pattern and deciding to change it. Therapy can help. Learning to identify and express your emotions directly. It's hard work, but it's the only path to genuine intimacy. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos on relationships and psychology. And drop a comment. Have you experienced the silent treatment? How did you handle it? Let's support each other in the comments. Thanks for watching. Remember, you're not crazy for feeling hurt by silence, and you're not asking for too much when you ask for respect. I'll see you in the next one.